The Fine Arts Department has been a huge component of Northview's culture since it was conceived in 2002 by Northview's first principal, Mr. Zervakis. Mr. Zervakis, coming from a rich background of success in arts and music, wanted Northview to have an exemplary fine arts department from the very beginning. In order to achieve this high standard, he hired his longtime colleague, Mr. O'Quinn, to be Northview's Fine Arts Department chair.
I guess the official beginning of the program here at Northview was when Mr. Zervakis was named the principal of Northview High School. He had in his mind what he wanted. He wanted a well-rounded fine arts program that included band, orchestra, chorus, drama, visual arts, and a myriad of activities within each one of those areas. So whenever I found out he was named principal, I had been working with him for a couple years down at North Springs. So I figured I'd go to him and ask if he'd be interested in having me as the department chair at Northview High School. And he said, absolutely, you can interview with everybody else. So I did. I interviewed with everyone else and I ended up getting the position. And from that point forward, we hired our initial staff. When Northview was open, this was still a relatively young school community. So there weren't as many students living here. There weren't as many people living here. That coupled with the fact that the first year that we opened Northview, we had more freshmen and sophomore students. So we didn't, even though we had freshmen through seniors the first year, we didn't have a full class of juniors and a full class of seniors yet. So there weren't quite as many students in the school to draw from. But within the third year of the school, we had a full student population again. And during that time, the community actually grew in population. So it was a combination of just starting a new school. The juniors and seniors wanted to stay at the school they had been at, which is understandable. So a lot of those students chose to stay at Chattahoochee. And during that time, we had more people move into the neighborhood. The next year, we had a full class of juniors, and the following year, we had a full class of seniors. Ms. Dickerson came on the second year of the program, and as time went on, the initial staff moved on to other things, and we got a new drama teacher. Mr. McLean is here now. The art teachers moved on to bigger and better things, and now we have Ms. Clausen and Ms. Margol. And our new drama teacher has been with us for a year, is Mr. Clements.
Shortly after Northview's conception, many of the Fine Arts Department staff left the program, leaving gaps in several departments. One such department was theater, which was taken over by Mr. McLean.
I was actually working as assistant technical director at Horizon Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, and I bumped into the guy who had the job here, and I was asking about adjunct work. I applied around to GSU and was still waiting to hear back from some folks. And he said, "You should have my job. I'm moving to Bangalore." And so I sent my email to the principal at the time, Mr. Zervakis, and he looked at my website and he hired me in 24 hours. I actually had no idea what I was getting into teaching high school full-time because I was used to college students. But that's how I wound up here.
With the help of Mr. McLean, the Northview Theater Department won many awards for their excellent performances. These performances are so grand that Northview is recognized nationwide.
Colleges saying, hey, we want to spend money on your kids and get them to come to our institutions to strengthen our programs. And so there's a vested interest to really take the best and the brightest, and Northview is being looked at more and more by those schools.
Northview continued to win many awards in the Fine Arts Department. And 2 years ago, Northview was introduced to Mr. Clements. Mr. Clements contributes to different divisions in the department, like theater and marching band.
When I was interviewing for the job, I was saying how, I'd miss my students at my previous school, private school, And Mr. O'Quinn was the orchestra director and department chair was talking about it. He's like, don't worry, you won't miss, the level of academics that these students are at and the level of commitment they put in. And he was absolutely right. So we have a vibrant arts community here, and we're well supported by not only the faculty and the administration, but the students as well.
Institution that we've established here has certainly gotten much, much stronger. And as we grow as an institution, our back and forth with the middle school is also getting much, much stronger. So people are coming with a greater sense of expectation and a greater sense of knowing that they're going to have to compete, and so students tend to step up their game a little bit more from the onset. And I would say that this year's crop of freshmen is probably the most prepared group we've ever had.
They're proud of what they're doing. It's a positive thing. I want some of that. And it's the same thing for music. When they hear an ensemble sound good, I want to be in that. That's good. I want to be part of something good. And I think that's the one thing that I think really is special about Northview. The kids that come here, there's a little something in their brain that makes them realize how cool it is to be part of something good, and they want that, and they'll do the work, they'll do the extra, they'll do what it takes, as long as they can be part of something good and worthwhile.